Good evening, students. So in today's class, okay, we will be having a discussion regarding the what are all the built-in methods that we are going to use it on the list. Okay, already in the previous class, okay, we had a discussion regarding the some of the built-in list, okay, built-in methods. Okay, so in today's class, we will be having a discussion regarding the remaining built-in methods. Okay, so here now we will be first of all we will be having a discussion that is regarding the copy method. Okay, so for what purpose the copy method is going to be used? Okay, so here already, okay, that is in the last class, okay, that I have explained. Okay, so for what purpose the copy method is going to be used? Okay, so copy method, as the name itself suggests, okay, so as the name itself suggests, it is going to be used to copy the content, okay, the content of the list into the some other variable. Okay, here we are going to copy the list. Okay, that is the list name, that is the fruits. We are going to copy it, and then we will be placing it into the variable that is the x here, and then I will be printing the value of x. Okay, and then you will be getting the output here. So up to the copy method, okay, we had seen, okay, in the previous class. Okay, so here now we will be having a discussion that is regarding the count method. Okay, so here now for what purpose the count method is going to be used? Okay, so what is the usage of this count? So count means, as the name itself suggests, okay, we are going to count, okay, how many number of times the objects is going to be repeated in the list. Okay, so here it is going to be used, count method is going to be used to return the number of times, okay, the value. Okay, so it will tell you the number of times, okay, the objects is going to be appearing in the given list. Okay, so here let us consider one example here. So here in this particular slide I have taken, okay, that is the fruits. Okay, because for all the methods I have taken only a common example so that you could able to understand it clearly. In this particular example of fruits, okay, so I have specified the object, that is the apple, banana, and then the cherry. Next statement here is that is I want to count how many number of times the cherry has appeared in the given list. Okay, so here how to do that, how to check whether any of the object is gonna be repeated the more number of times, or number of times the object is going to be repeated in the list. How we can do that? Okay, so we can check that with the help of this count method. So count method helps us to retrieve the number of times the object. Okay, in this particular example you can notice that I have used the list name dot the method name. So what is the method I have used here? I have used here the count method, and then I will be passing the value. Okay, so which object I need to count? Okay, I need to count this cherry. Okay, so here whenever I will be specifying this as fruits dot count in bracket cherry means, so when I will be printing the value of x. Okay, so here what does this x holds? It x consists of how many number of times the cherry is present in the given fruits list. So obviously you can notice here is that, okay, that is only one time. Okay, so that's why you will be getting the output as that is the one. Okay, suppose if you are having the list, okay, that is two this particular cherry object two or more times, two or for example here this cherry string value is being repeated 2-3 times, means 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, means so how many number of times, okay, it has been repeated in the list. Okay, that will be displayed as an output here. So that's why the count method is going to be used. Now we'll see, okay, the practical, okay, implementation, okay, about this particular that is the count method. Okay, then it could be easy for you in order to understand how actually the count method is going to be used, okay, in the Python programming language. Now we'll see, okay, the practically implementation about this, that is the count method. You can notice here is that, okay, so I will be taking an example here, that is I will be taking here fruits equal to apple, banana, and then the cherry. Okay, so instead of see here, instead of taking this particular example, apple, banana, and cherry, okay, we can also take the different types of the examples. Okay, so I will be taking an example of that is the here A section. Okay, and then I will be taking an example of that is the here the B section. Okay, and then I will be taking an one more value, that is the C. Okay, and then what I will be doing here is that, okay, then I will be checking, okay, how many number of times, okay, the C is going to be repeated. Okay, now you can notice here is that in this particular example, okay, what we have taken the A alphabet, B alphabet, and then the C alphabet. So here A corresponds to the ECA section, okay, and then the B corresponds to the ECB section, and C corresponds to the ECC section. Okay, so all these alphabets I am going to store it in this particular, that is the list name, that is the fruits here. Okay, so if I want to count how many number of times the C is being repeated, okay, I can retrieve it with the help of the count method. Okay, so when I will be executing this one, okay, when I will be executing this particular program, okay, so let us see whether this particular program will be retrieving, we will be retrieving the value 1, or we will be getting an error. Okay, see, obviously you can notice here that is in this particular example as an output here, you can notice here that we got, okay, the 1 as an output. Okay, now if I do the changes, to this particular list, now what I will be doing here, the changes means, see, I will be writing, okay, so here I will be writing, that is the one more, okay, one more C I will be writing. Okay, so what will happen if I could able to write one more C? Now obviously by looking at this particular example, okay, you could able to tell us that, okay, that is the 2 times, okay, the C is going to be included in this fruits. See, obviously now the only 4 items are there, 4 elements are there, you can tell or you can count, but think about if crores together are there, think about if lakhs together are there, at that time will you be able to count it? Okay, so at that time the built-in methods will help us. Okay, suppose if you could able to give that count, and then the what is the string value means, so at that time easily it is going to count the value. Now whenever I will be executing this one, okay, so I will be executing this particular program now. Okay, so now you can notice here, okay, so here you can clearly notice that yes, obviously we got the, that is 2 here. So what does this 2 tell that? Yes, 2 times the C, okay, that is the C section is being repeated in the given list, that is the fruits. Okay, so this is how the count method is going to be used to retrieve how many number of times a particular value is being repeated in the given list. Now you clearly understood, okay, the practical implementation, okay, about this particular concept, that is the count method. Okay, now we will be moving into this, that is the next is the extend method. Okay, so here what is the meaning of this extend method? Okay, so extend, as the name itself indicates, see here now the name of the method itself will give you the some of the idea what function they are going to do. Okay, so here the extend we are using. So what do you mean by this, the extend? Okay, so here extend method is going to extend the existing list. It means that the 2, okay, here the fruits is one list is there, here the car is another list is there. Okay, suppose if I want to extend the list, that name, that is the fruits, okay, because apple, banana, and then the cherry is there, and then one more list I want to include, it means that I want to extend the existing fruits list. Okay, so if I want to add an element, okay, add an element to the, okay, existing list. So you can add an element, okay, that is with the help of the append method. But what is the difference between append method and then the extend method? Here is that here in the extend method, okay, we can add the elements of one list to the another list. That is what is important. Here you can clearly notice that here I have taken the list name as a fruits, okay, and then here another list name as a cars. Okay, so in cars list name I have included Ford, BMW, and then the Volvo. Okay, so if I want to include all these objects of the cars list to the fruits list, so how I can do that? How I can do that means with the help of this extend method. So with the help of this extend method, okay, I could be able to extend the elements, okay, the elements of the fruits. Okay, so you can notice that whenever I will be printing the fruits here, so here apple, banana, cherry, Ford, BMW, Volvo, it means that before using the extend method, okay, so here the fruits consists of only the 3 elements, but after using this extend, okay, so what is the syntax of using this extend means? You can clearly notice that here the list name will be there, okay, the list name dot extend another list name. Okay, so here where you want to store, okay, where you want to extend the elements, so for that the first list name you should write here. So here I want to extend the list, that is the fruits, so that's why I have specified it as a first. Okay, so here fruits is a list name, cars is also a list name, and then in between I will be using this extend method. So extend method, as the name itself suggests, we are going to extend, okay, the elements of the fruits. Okay, and then in another words, let me also put it like this here. Okay, the cars elements, okay, is gonna be included in the fruits, okay, elements. Okay, that's what will be the output here. You can notice here apple, banana, cherry, these are the fruits elements. Okay, and then when I will be using an extend method, yes, I am going to extend the existing list, okay, by the another list here, that is in the another list Ford, BMW, and then the Volvo is going to be present. Okay, so this is how the extend method is going to be used, okay, theoretically. So when we come it when we notice it into the practical, so now let us see how actually we are going to implement it. Okay, that is the extend method. Now you should clearly understand that, okay, how actually the extend method is going to be used, okay, in the Python programming language. Okay, and then even we will be doing some of the modifications also. Okay, so here now you can notice here in this fruits I have taken that is here apple, banana, and then the cherry. Okay, and then here I will be writing the section here, that is the A section. Okay, and then here I will be writing that is the B section, and then here I will be writing that is the C section. Okay, and then when I will be executing this one, okay, so here after executing, okay, so here we are going to do what here. See, you can notice here in this particular output, okay, that is here existing list, that is the fruits. Okay, so A, B, C elements are gonna be extended here, A, B, C. Okay, so suppose if I want to do vice versa, suppose if I want to do vice versa means first of all I should get, okay, that is in the output I should get it as A, B, and C, and then afterwards I should get it as apple, banana, and then the cherry. At that time what you need to do here is that, okay, you need to just change the list name. Okay, so if you could able to change the list name, okay, then it would be better. Now I will be changing the list name. Okay, so you can notice that I will be changing the list name here. Okay, so if I could able to change the list name, then you can notice clearly. Okay, so here what I did, okay, so here I made a changes. Okay, what changes I made here? Okay, I first of all I have swapped the list name. Okay, I have written that is the list name cars first, and then I will be extending the fruits here. Okay, fruits list. Okay, so then what will be the output here? Okay, you need to check it. Obviously, with the help of the theoretical knowledge, we can tell that. Okay, first of all, we will be getting the output as that is A, B, C, and followed by the what is that? Apple, banana, and then the cherry. Okay, that's what we theoretically you will be getting the output. But let us see now. Let us check that. Okay, so here now when I will be executing this one. Okay, so when I will be executing this one, okay, so here you can notice that. Okay, so here I will be getting that is only apple, banana, and then the cherry. Okay, why actually the elements are not going to be extended? Okay, so why the elements are not going to be extended means because here in the print statement, okay, in the print statement, okay, I have specified only what to print the fruits. Okay, I have not specified, okay, to print the cars. So that's why it is going to print only the elements of the what, the fruits list here. So while writing a program, okay, so you have written everything here. You have declared the fruits list, okay, and then cars list, and then you have used the extend method, and then all those things is fine. But when you are going to print, if you are using the list name, that is the fruits, means that the fruits will be displayed, but not the extended list. Okay, so here in the print statement, okay, suppose if I could able to use that is the cars. Okay, if I will be using this cars here. Okay, now let us check this one here. Now we will be getting the list which is gonna be extended. Okay, now you can clearly notice in this particular output. Okay, that is you can notice here in this output that yes, first of all we got what? Okay, that is the elements that are going to be present in the cars list. Okay, so which element we want first? Okay, that element has to be written here first. Okay, that is cars I have written. So that's why here in the cars A section, B section, and then the C section is there, and then remaining that is the apple, banana, cherry elements are going to be displayed. So this is how the extend method, okay, is going to be used, okay, in the Python, okay, programming language. Now next we will be having a discussion regarding the another method. Okay, that is the index method. Okay, so what is the use of this index method? Because you have heard this word many times. Okay, that is in the each and every chapter you will be hearing this word index, because we have come across the index numbers and all. Okay, so here what does this index method is all about? Okay, so here index is nothing but, suppose if I want to know, okay, the position of any of the value in the list, where actually that particular value, where actually that particular item is present in the list. Okay, how I can get that? Okay, so now see here, if I want to check that where you all are present means, okay, obviously I will be checking that the participant list. Okay, but I cannot check physically where actually you are present, right? Because I can only check it in the participant list, whether you are aware or whether you are awake, or whether some of the students might be sleeping also. Okay, so here how to check the position of the element that are going to be present in the list. Okay, suppose if I want to get the position of the element that are going to be present in the list, at that time I will be using the index here. Okay, so index method helps us to retrieve the position of the element. Okay, whatever that you are going to specify here. Okay, so here in this particular example, okay, I have taken the fruits here. Okay, the list name apple, banana, and then the cherry. These are the three elements I have taken. And then here you can notice that here I will be using this index method. Okay, in bracket I have specified the cherry here. So here now at what position index number is this cherry is present? Okay, so whenever I will be printing the value of x here, so x contains what? The position of the cherry, where actually it is going to be present in this fruits. Okay, now you will be getting the output as that is the 2 here. Okay, so how actually you got the value 2 here? That is important, right? you should understand that how you got the output as a 2. Okay, so here apple is having an index number 0, banana is having an index number 1. Okay, then cherry is having the index number 2. So here x is nothing but what is that? Here the variable which holds the index number of the cherry element. Okay, so when I will be printing the value of x, so you obviously will be getting the it is the 2 itself. Okay, so this is what is the theoretical explanation about the what, about the index method. Okay, so when we look into this the practical implementation about this the particular method. Okay, so when we look into this that is this particular that is okay, when we look into this, that is the index method. Okay, so which is very important, because n number of times okay we are going to use this particular index method. Okay, so you should clearly understand so how the index method is going to be used in the list, and how with the help of the index method we could be able to retrieve the index number. Okay. Now let us take one example here. Okay, so here I will be taking one example. I will be writing here that is okay I will be writing here it as a section. Okay, so here in a short form I will be writing it as a okay, and then I will be writing it as a here the B here. Okay, and then here I will be writing it as that is the C here. Okay, so I will be writing it as A, B, and then the C section. Okay, so you can notice that. Okay, and then if I want to see here, purposefully I will be taking here. Now, if I could able to give this, see here, now I will be giving the value D here. Okay, so I want to access the index number of the D, okay, which is not going to be present in the list at all here. Okay, so if I could be able to do that, means you can notice that okay you will be getting an error here. Okay, so why you will be getting an error? Because here I am trying to access the index number of the element which is not going to be present at all. So at that time you will be clearly getting a here in this output. Okay, that is D is not in the list, obviously. Okay, that is the D is not going to be present in the list at all. Okay, you can notice that here A is present, B is present, C is present. It means that since the ECE okay is having only A, B, C section. Okay, in a real sense it is having more number of sections, because here in this particular example I have taken only 3 sections. Okay, that is A, B, and C. Okay, and then here I will be checking the index number of the D, means okay then the D is not going to be present in the list, so that's why it is not going to give the index number. Okay, now what, suppose if I want to get the index number, means okay, so here what I will be doing here is that just I will be specifying the here A. Okay, now you can notice that here okay I will be specifying here it as a A. Okay, so then what will be the index number? Okay, you will be getting the output as the index number. Okay, you can notice here that okay the index number we got, okay, that is here we got it as a 0. Okay, you can clearly notice that okay that is the index number 0. Because why? Means because this A okay is present where this A is present in the index number, that is the 0. So that's why we got the output as that is the 0. Okay, now you clearly understood about this, that is the index method. Okay, now let us see the another different types of the methods, that is insert method. Okay, so here we will be looking into this insert method. Okay, so as the name itself suggests here, insert method. So for what purpose this insert method is going to be used here? Okay, so the name itself suggests self-explanatory. See, all the method that whatever that we have seen it in the list, okay, the name itself is a self-explanatory. So with the help of the name itself, you can able to tell here insert method. So for what purpose this insert method is going to be used? Okay, so here insert method means it is going to be used to insert the value. Okay, and then the question that arises here is that can we insert the element at the specified position, at the specified location? Yes, we can do that. Okay, we can insert the value. Okay, we can insert the value at the specified position. Okay, we can insert the value at the specified position. Okay, how we can insert the value at the specified position? Okay, see where actually this insert method will be helpful means, okay, suppose I have forgotten to add some of the element, okay, at the specified position. Suppose if I want to add suddenly, okay, so then I can add it, okay, with the help of the insert method. So here how I can do that means, you can notice here that is the list name. Okay, so list name is nothing but a fruits here, and then the method name is nothing but a insert here, and then I will be specifying the two of the parameters here in the insert method. Okay, so which are all the two parameters that I will be specifying means, here the first parameter is nothing but where actually this orange element has to be placed in the given list. Okay, that is the position. Okay, position of the element in the list. That's what I will be specifying, or in other words, the index number we will be specifying here. Okay, and then here comma, and then the value of the element we are going to specify. Now here one orange, obviously here you can notice that here in this apple, banana, okay, so cherry, okay, so here in the 0 index number apple is present, in the 1 index number banana is present. Okay, so here now whether the insert element is going to be used, okay, to insert, okay, that is the orange element in place of the banana and all. Yes, obviously it does. Okay, so it is going to insert the value orange as the second element in the fruit list. Okay, because you have specified here the index number as a 1. Okay, so here whenever I will be printing the fruits here, okay, you can notice that here that is the orange. Okay, so what is the changes that, okay, you will be getting? So what is the changes that you will be getting means, okay, you can notice here. Okay, so here you can notice in this particular that is the example. Okay, so you can clearly notice that. Okay, so here that is here the banana is there. Okay, the banana is going to be replaced in the index number by the orange, because with the help of the insert method. Okay, so this is how the theoretically the insert method is going to be used here. Okay, you can clearly notice here in the first index number banana is going to be replaced by the what, the orange. Okay, now we will be looking into this the practical implementation, okay, about this particular concept. Okay, so here we will be looking into this. That is this is also the one of the most important method, that is the insert method, because we can insert the element at the specified location wherever that we want. Okay, so that's why you should be able to understand this particular concept thoroughly. Okay, now let me take this one here example. I will be taking here the as itself A section, B section. Okay, and then here I will be taking it as a C section. Okay, and then if I want to add, okay, so what I will be doing here is that I will be adding, that is the one more section. Okay, I want to add the D section. Okay, so if I want to add this D section, okay, you can notice here that is in this particular example, that is A is there, B is there, and then here C. Okay, all these elements are there. Okay, suppose if I want to insert the element D, okay, I want to insert the element D, okay, at the specified position. I want at the specified position, that is I want the D element to be inserted at the first index number. Okay, I can do that. How means, with the help of the insert method, and in the insert method you will be it is going to take two of the parameters. First parameter is the index number, then the second parameter is all about the value. Then whenever I will be printing the fruits here, okay, you can notice that here. Okay, so here you can notice, obviously now I have not executed that. Okay, so here when I will be executing this, okay, definitely you will be seeing the difference in the list of the fruits. Okay, now you can notice here in this particular example that Okay, so here the D. Okay, so in the second position, okay, the D element is going to be inserted. So you can notice that here A is in the index number 0, B was in the second position. But since I have used the insert method, okay, so it is going to insert the element D into the first position. So that's what is the output that you got. Okay, so this is how the index method, insert method is going to be used. Okay, so in the next class, okay, so in the next class we will be having a discussion that is regarding the pop method, okay, and then the remove method, reverse method, okay, and then the sort method. Okay, we will be having a discussion in the next class.